Hey folks, it's Kat.Beanie and welcome back to another Divergence episode. Now, today is a bit of a crazy one. Now, some of you folks might have seen me doing some stuff related to this on live streams already. Now, for those of you that don't know, I've been on the Divergence SMP looking for the armour trims, and so far I've got 13, or what I thought was 13. For those of you that aren't clued in, as I was a bit confused to begin with, I thought there was 16 armour trims, and there is 16 armour trims. However, there is also the netherite armour thing upgrade. It's not a trim. So you have the 16 armour trims, and then you have the netherite upgrade. Let's just refer to it as a trim for, the ease of the video. So all in all, you've got 17 new things that you need to find out. I thought it was 16. In my head, I had 16. Am I correct? Okay. I've got 13. I just need 3 left. And then I was like, wait a minute. We didn't get the ocean one. Because I'm thinking, right, we've got all of them. All we need is Rib, Vex, and Spire. So I'm going about, as you can see, I'm in the end. I'm looking for Spire in the end. Now, I have been to the end many, many, many times since 1.20 implemented looking for Spire and have yet to find it. And I'm getting a bit disheartened. Now, one of the things I think there is an issue with, specifically with trims and Minecraft, that Mojang has not addressed, is the fact that Mojang want to, push people to pay for realms. They implemented cross-platform play. They want people to play more together. Now, the problem inherently with that and with trims is that trims are so rare that if you, for instance, play in an SMP like Divergence, there just isn't enough to go around. So the only thing I can think of is they either make certain ones easier to find, because the Trail Ruins ones, those are pretty easy to come by. Obviously Coast, Dune, those sorts of ones, they're pretty easy to pick up. Now the netherite ones, Spire, Vex, Rib, Snout, all of those sort of ones that you find in bastions and rarer structures, and then obviously they also have a rarer chance of spawning in those structures, makes it to the extent that I don't think trims are a viable option for anyone that plays on an SMP, unless, and there's the one caveat to this whole point, unless you are within an SMP where you are sharing the trims. Now, when I didn't get footage of myself getting the netherite upgrade trim and snout from the bastion. However, it did happen while Diggin was streaming on our flat world. So she was streaming our flat world. I wasn't streaming at the time, but I was playing on Divergence, looking specifically for these trims. And I managed to find it while she was streaming. So there is a audio record of that happening. So once I found that, I came back, copied it, gave obviously Diggin her snout and trim copies, because obviously we're a team. What's mine is hers, what's hers is mine, etc., etc. But I also gave a copy of the netherite upgrade trim to Buster, Amanchu, and Married in Minecraft. I did not give it to Sugar or Adorable Ho, because as far as I know, Sugar and Ho already have one. So therefore don't need it. And I didn't give a copy to Silly because I don't know if or when Silly is going to become back on the realm. Now, as you can see, I'm I'm darting about the end. I'm trying to find Spire. I'm not having any luck. Although, I mean, one of the good points about darting about the end, though, is that, going over to the end ships, you can pick up some extra elytras if they're there. So, upsides. But having said that, as I said, like Minecraft and Mojang, they want to push for, cross-platform play. They want parity. They want people to play together. But the trims are not, it's not sustainable in a multiplayer aspect. It's just, especially the rare trims, it's just not, it just doesn't work, because I have spent many, 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 many hours of my life in Minecraft and doing independent research outside of being in Minecraft, trying to find the best way to find these specific trims in general. And like at some point you just get deflated, disheartened, and I think one of the issues is also a lack of communication, because obviously I'm out here trying to find these trims. I don't know. I know that one of the other Divergent, Sugar and Adorable Hole, I know they've been out trying to find trims, but need to have a bit more communication going on, because I don't know what parts of the world they've accessed in order to find them. So we could be going to two different parts of the world. Like we could be going to the same parts, and I could be looking in the exact same places they've been looking, and have absolutely no idea that that is what I'm doing. So I think if you're doing this in a multiplayer survival world, or just in a multiplayer world in Minecraft, you do need to have better communication with the people you're in that world with, so that these sort of things don't happen. Obviously, these are not the first end cities I have been to. I have been to many, many end cities, like too many to count at this point, and I am just absolutely done. I am not going to the end to look for trims anymore. If I need more elytras, I will go to the end to find end ships to grab elytras, but I am not going out of my way to look for the Spire trim anymore. I am done. Like, it was a nice thought to be able to say, oh, I found all of the trims in survival, and I've done it, it's been done, I don't need to do it again. But, and I don't know why I've done this to myself, because I do not care about the aesthetic value of the trims. Yes, I have put some on my netherite armor. They weren't the big ones. I've not put silence on it or anything, despite having silence. But I literally don't care about the aesthetic of armor trims. It's not something I will give a crap about. The one thing I did care about was the netherite upgrade trim, and that one I do have. I've got it. I have shared it with everybody, because we all need to have access to netherite gear, especially in an SMP. And I don't think it would be right or fair if I've got access to making netherite gear, and no one else has. And that way, obviously, I've got a monopoly on the SMP, where I could be like, well, I've got this, and you can use one trim for this amount. Now, at the beginning, I was selling the trims for 15 diamonds each. And then I thought to myself, you know what? It is what it is. I'm beyond caring. at this point, and I think a lot of people are also going to be in the position I am, where they get to the point where they're so frustrated and so disheartened and so done by spending hours and hours of their life looking for this stuff in game, putting so much time and effort and energy into all of this and finding absolutely nothing. It's just like it's beyond words. And like I'm kind of glad that like I can do it and go through like the obviously pain and suffering, because it is pain and suffering of like doing all this, and just honestly I don't want to do it anymore. Like there might be a point where like I'm absolutely done at this point. Currently trading with a piglin to get some obsidian so I can try and go find the next one at the woodland mansion, because my plan was, after I was done with the end, I couldn't find anything in the end, so I was like, right, I'll go to this nether fortress. And I researched this beforehand. It's like, right, I had a specific reason for going to this specific nether fortress, going to the specific coordinates that I did. So obviously built a long ass tunnel. I've like mined well over about 20,000 blocks just doing this. Well over. Spent many hours, many days just doing this, just trying to find these. So I go to that specific nether fortress because I know that specific nether fortress as it is at these coordinates. And then I know that if I put a portal at these coordinates, I will be able to spawn in the overworld near a woodland mansion. Kill two birds with one stone. So a lot of time, effort, and energy went into looking for the right conditions for these sorts of coordinates to coincide, as you can imagine, and then having to physically mine all the tunnels in the nether and get to the destinations, deal with all the mobs that I've had to deal with, do the piglin trading because, I'm an arse and I forgot to bring obsidian with me, which probably would have made, this whole situation a whole lot easier, because I had to actually come back through the tunnel a bit in order to find a warp crimson biome, to find a piglin to trade with, because where the portal needed to be put was actually in a soul sand valley. And like as you can see, this is the coordinates where the portal needs to go in order to get me to where I need to go to find this woodland mansion, to find the Vex trim. So I've went to the end. I have failed to find Spire. I have been in the nether. I have failed to find Rib. And I'm going to the woodland mansion to try and find Vex. And I am not optimistic about my chances here. Like, I'm kind of thinking, like, this woodland mansion is so far away that no one else could comprehensively have been to it. There were a few people that knew that, roughly where in the nether I was going and where, in the overworld I would be going. Because I did mention it in a live stream that, this fortress where I'm going to is roughly XYZ amount away. And if I put the portal here, this woodland mansion should be here, blah, 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 blah. But, as you can see by the coordinates, this woodland mansion is very, very, very far away from spawn. Further away than, I've ever been in the overworld. So, and past other woodland mansions that I could have went to. So there should be no conceivable reason as to why anyone from the SMP could have or would have went to this woodland mansion specifically. I know why I've gone to it specifically, because I I researched it. Like, I knew, like, right, this fortress is here. This is very far away. No one should have been there. And then it's like, right, so this fortress is in prime location. It's very far away. No one should have been there. So we'll go there, have a look, blah, blah, blah. Failed to do that. It's like, right, fine, okay. Someone must have been here already. Potentially. It's like, right. Well, they might not know about the woodland mansion, and like from the signs of it, it looks like no one's been here before. So I'm like, right, great, shiny. Continue with the plan, build the portal, and the bit that I need to build the portal, go around the woodland mansion. Obviously, I'm being as safe as I can. I mean, I die a few times, but hey ho, that's part of the game. Just to get up to try and find this fixed trim, and as you can see, it's just so stressful, and I'm just done. I'm just absolutely done. Like, I might try and do this in my new long-term world. I've already got the eye armor trim, but like, if you guys have seen my live streams, like, obviously I went to the end and killed the dragon with, leather pants and a prayer. Because there was literally nothing better to do that way. So I have been to the stronghold. I did get the eye trim. The only the only upgrade I will be giving a crap about in my long-term world will be the netherite upgrade one, because obviously that one is essential for the survival game. If you want it, well, you don't really need to have netherite gear, but I don't think there's any point now, after playing with netherite for so long, to going back to using diamonds when you can get netherite gear. Moment of truth. No. But I will not actively be looking for any more trims again whatsoever, because I am absolutely, fundamentally frustrated and done, and so annoyed with the game and just life in general at this point. It's just, it's not something that's going to last forever. Yeah, I'm totally bummed right now. It happens. Like, you play a game, it doesn't work out, you get sad about it, and I'm like, I'm not going to like rage quit or anything, but I'm just thinking, why put myself through this stress when I don't have to? But anyway, that's just my opinion. Thank you so much for watching, people. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next pessimistic video. Goodbye.